Today, we are on a quest to find the very best song called Walk on Water. From a shortlist of 10 artists, we'll narrow it down to 4 options and then crown our champion. So, will it be Neil Diamond or Dio, Eminem or Aerosmith? And just how will I manage to shoehorn Toto into all of this? Come in and find out. Hey, I'm JSP, joined again by my friend Shawn from Reactions to the Classics, who, bless him, is kindly being my guinea pig today and has little prior knowledge of what I have planned for him. But from that little intro, what do you make of today's challenge, Shawn?
Well, I don't know if the word walk on water is going to be in the title. I'm going to say more so in the song lyrics themselves, because that's a whole lot of walk on water songs. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I have no idea what you have in store for me. So when you said I had little to know, I have no idea. But looking
No,
forward to
I
it.
know. I deliberately didn't give you any information because
Oh, I
that
know.
would A, set you up with the knowledge, which I don't want you to have, and B, force me to decide some things in advance, which I might have only left to the last minute. Who knows? But it is going to be all 10 songs are called Walk on Water. Um,
Ah,
there really are that many. In fact, there's more, but I've had to narrow it down somehow. Can you think of any of them? Again, I'm putting you on the spot here. Can you think of any of them off the top of your head?
I had no idea M had a walk on water song, but I don't know his later catalog very well. That's why I was thinking that it couldn't all be that. Eddie
Oh,
Money
no,
has a walk on water song, doesn't he?
he does. He does.
That's it. That's all I can
And
think of.
that's, well, you see, I thought from this list, there's probably two that you know, and one of them was Eddie Money and the other was Eminem. So you're down to one. But don't worry. Um, I only know 4 of them myself.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
in uncharted territory today. But yeah, today's going to play out kind of a combination of 2 of the old formats. So it's a bit like the old school song war, which Shawn has joined before in the past, and he does plenty of on his own channel. So check that out. And that's where you put 2 songs up against each other and pick a winner. Here we've got 10 songs, and we'll pick 4 of them and pick those up to be crowned as the champion. So it's combining the song war with the random foreplay, which is where I throw an album or playlist on shuffle and we pick songs along the way to listen to and discuss. So the songs that we don't listen to today, they're out. They can't be crowned a contender. And the others are all up for grabs. So it's going to be a case of deciding what sounds interesting, probably for the most part, as to what you're going to choose each time. So in tracks, 4 choices, 2 each. I'm going to be kind and, as host, give you the option of 3 songs per time, in the hope that you can find something that you possibly want to hear, and then 2 for me. So, yeah, I know and indeed own 4 of the songs, and those are all great. And the other 6, well, we'll see. So, with all that said, do you feel ready to find out what your first 3 options might be?
Oh, yeah. Let's go for it.
Okay, so bearing in mind what I just said, I'm going to kick off the playlist and see what it offers you. So here is option 1. Right, just a quick intro there. That is 5 seconds of Walk on Water by Bob Catley, solo
Okay.
from Magnum, of course. So that's 2006, and I haven't much else to tell you about it, to be fair. Your second choice is also a real, well, they're all real Walk on Water, but you'll soon see what I mean. This one comes from 1972. Yeah, that's not going to give you much. That is Neil Diamond, and the third single from his Moods album, so a top 20 hit for him back in 72. And your final choice for this one is going to be except that it's not, because that was the Moorlands at Twilight from the most recent Avantasia album. And the reason that's there is because, yeah, for the songs that I don't own, I've had to put something into my playlist to represent the other songs.
I got you.
So in this case, the Moorlands at Twilight features Michael Kiske on lead vocals, and the song in question that he's on is, well, it's called Walk on Water, you might be surprised to find out, and is a Kiske Somerville song. So it's a prog metal duet between him and Amanda Somerville. So male, female vocals. And that dates from 2015. I can give you a little snippet of that if you care to.
I already know what I'm going to pick. Uh, I like the Cat We sound because I like that kind of sound. But I just watched a couple nights ago Song Song Blue, a movie that is getting some buzz. Kate Hudson's up for Best Actress. They're a cover band, so to speak, of Neil Diamond. Although I thought it was going to be this fun show, no spoiler, but it is a deeply depressing show. But let's go with Uncle Neil. Let's go with Uncle Neil, the other Uncle Neil, the original Uncle Neil.
Yeah, and to be fair, this is the earliest song on the list, and I couldn't find an earlier song with this title. There might be one out there. If anybody knows it, let us know. But I'm going to say that Neil's the originator of the song title, so it's only fair to give him a shot. Now, the songs that we play today won't be in the main video on YouTube, but there will be a link to a longer video where you can listen to the songs with us, some of which we'll probably be hearing for the first time. So whether you know them or not, you should check them out with us before you make your decisions as to whether what we say is right or wrong. Here we are. Only about 3 minutes, but packed a fair amount in, doesn't it?
I was going to say that's how we did it in the old days. We knew how to pack in those 30 or those 3 minutes, man. We didn't need 8 minutes. That was a really well done song. The arrangement on it was really fantastic.
It's not one of his most remembered songs. I mean, he had so many hits that a few of them have fallen by the wayside over the years, and that's one of them, I think. But it was included on a little album called The Diamond Collection, Neil Diamond's 20 Greatest Hits. And why is that significant? Because that's the first album I ever owned.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah, age 4. Got it for my 4th birthday. So, still
JSB out here doing it early. Yeah, wow. All right, man. Yeah, I mean, I think Neil Diamond's one of the most underrated and just not remembered artists around as time goes on. People like my mom, who's almost 80, loved him, but no one else. I mean, he's just never brought up. I thought maybe that movie might help bring him back, but this, you're an actor. No movies are really hits anymore almost, so it doesn't really get into the cultural zeitgeist.
I've certainly seen a lot of talk about it from Neil Diamond fans, but not really anybody outside of that circle. Yeah. And funny enough, of course, it's Song Sung Blue, which is the first single from the same album that this came from.
Okay.
Was a number 1 single for him. And even that's not especially well remembered for being a number 1 tune. So,
no.
Yeah. But he was asked recently, because there's a kind of jukebox musical thing called A Beautiful Noise, which is based on his songs. And he did a Q&A advertising that. And somebody asked him what this song was about and asked if it was about his mother. And he said that he really had no idea. But if you talk to his psychiatrist, they might be able to tell you if it was about his mother or not. So, yeah, I still can't really analyze the lyrics and work out what he's on about. But I love the shifts in tone. And
yeah, I do too. I love the shifts.
None of the parts outstay their welcome. I mean, the middle part, if it went one more, it'd be like, okay, that's enough of that. But yeah, I'm a fan, and for me, that is today's song to beat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, that's what I was thinking when it was going on. I'm like, this might be hard to beat, but
you never know. There's plenty of other interesting things to come up. So just talk about the Bob Catley tune as well, because we, I wouldn't normally skip past anything Magnum related. But that is from his Spirit of Man album in 2006, which is his 6th best solo album. He has 6 solo albums, by the way. It's fine, it's good, but I have to say it is probably got the worst production of any album I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, wow.
He sounds good, but the rest of the music is all very muddy and over-processed somehow. It's okay when you're listening to the album as a whole, but if you have a song from it come up between any other 2 songs ever recorded in history, you feel, oh, what's that? So yeah, not the best work for Bob. So not too big a shame that he's been knocked out of the competition. And yeah, obviously I had nothing to say about the Michael Kiske tune because I've never heard it. Let's see what my 2 options are going to be for the next choice. So Okay, so some people will recognize that opening as Stargazer by Rainbow, and that is representing Walk on Water, no doubt, by Dio from 1990s. What was it called? Lock Up the Wolves album. There we go. Um, Another tune that obviously I've never heard myself. And then my second choice would be this one. If I was to tell you that it was from a debut album from 1991, which landed this artist the Best New Artist Grammy the following year, and opened with a song that was a much bigger and better known song about walking, would that give you any clues?
Not walking in Memphis, right? Marc
Yeah,
Cohn.
there you go. There you are.
Wow,
Yeah.
look at Shawn pull that out of his head. Wow, let's go.
Yeah, you see, all that knowledge is locked away. It
I
doesn't
was
take
going to
much
say,
to
yeah,
unpick
wow.
it. So, I mean, I could be adventurous and go
Dio
and listen
versus
to a Dio
Marc
track.
Cohn. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, but I'm going to stick with the ones that I know that I like. However, I'd be interesting to see what you make of this. I don't know that it's going to be quite up your alley, but there's only one way to find out, isn't there? So let's move from the 70s to the 90s, but sticking with a kind of singer-songwriter theme to start us off with today. So this is Marc Cohn, Walk on Water. Well, they're all called Walk on Water today. Do I even need to say the title? Here we
Got to
go.
do it properly. Got to do it properly.
All right, there we go. What do you make of Mark's contribution to the challenge today?
I thought it was fine. I mean, it's a professional musician doing a song in a very professional way. A little paint by numbers for me. There's nothing wrong with that. It was fine. I mean, I didn't dislike it or anything. I mean, it's just would I ever listen to it again? Probably not. But it wasn't horrible or anything. But is it going to beat Neil? No, no. But it's fine.
Yeah, I mean it's a song I've always liked, and do I admit to this? Oh, sure, why not? It's just between us friends, isn't it? Um, Previous track was on the first album that I ever owned, bought for my fourth birthday. This was on the first album that my brother ever owned, bought for his 14th birthday. Now, we had seen a documentary or maybe a clip on 60 Minutes, something like that, about Marc Cohn before the album came out, and everyone in the family watched that and thought, oh, that sounds interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. But the reason we actually got it, my brother got it for his birthday, was because uh, my parents, in their wisdom, had decided to get him this fabulous twin deck tape deck and a cassette. And that tape deck was so superior to anything that I'd ever owned. Me, the music lover, and he, who didn't like music at all, pretty much, was getting that, and I was annoyed. And the cassette that they had actually bought him was Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion.
Okay.
So,
Volume one or volume
uh,
two, JSB? I mean, that's the question.
well, that is the question. It'll be the one with Get in the Ring on it.
Okay,
And
I
I
think
know
that's
that
volume
because
one, I think.
I think you're right. The reason I remember that is because, and I'm not proud of this, or am I? Um, I casually opened up the cassette and started reading the lyrics to that song to my parents, who swiftly took it back and replaced it with something much safer.
This is a great story.
And it was, of course, a Pyrrhic victory because my brother just ultimately bought both one and two eventually and played them all the time. And
Of course.
yeah, I hate Guns N' Roses to this day. Um, but, you know, but yeah, I mean, I've seen Mark live in the last few years and I mean, he's not a prolific artist, let's put it that way. He's only put out really four proper albums plus a covers album over
Really?
all these years. And I mentioned the Grammy win for Best New Artist. There was kind of a period where that was like seen as a, a way to kill a career before it's
Well,
begun.
that's what I
And I
was
guess he
thinking.
was.
Yeah.
Uh, I think I'm right in saying that he was the first one after Milli Vanilli. So the Grammy committee or whatever were probably just making sure they didn't make the same mistake again and went with someone who was definitely an authentic artist.
Yeah, I
Uh,
could see that. Yeah. When you said he won best, when you said this artist won best new Grammy, I'm like, well, that could be anybody because half of these people I probably don't remember because they never did anything.
yeah, but yeah, we'll move on to what I can only assume, or in fact almost guarantee, will be something completely different.
Yeah,
Um,
I was gonna say, yeah, I think so.
and there's a another three choices for you to choose between for your next nomination. And I mean, who knows what's going to come up? So let's find out. Oh, that sounds familiar. Hang on. What was that?
What was that?
Do we need to hear a bit more of it? Sure.
Oh, yeah, I mean, as soon as those keys hit, little 1982 Toto Africa. Yeah, why? I gotta ask you.
Well, I did say I'd shoehorn them in
What
here
you did,
somehow.
yeah.
And they have no connections to any of the songs today. So, can you think of an artist that? No, I'm just going to have to tell you because you'd be here all day trying to work out this very, very tenuous connection. But you see, Toto, the dog, went to Oz. So this is in fact representing Ozzy Osbourne and
Man, that's a
his
reach to
walk
get
on.
Toto.
Well, didn't I say that
Yeah,
who
you
would do it
did.
but me? So his walk on water isn't actually even on Spotify. Um, and I've just not even bothered to look it up on YouTube because I've just assumed that neither of us would choose it. But it came
Probably a safe
from the
assumption.
soundtrack. It came from the soundtrack to Beavis and Butthead Do America from
Oh, wow.
1996.
Yeah,
Um,
cinematic classic.
yeah, so there were two versions apparently, a demo version that was in the film, and then the soundtrack actually had a revised, more heavily worked version, which ultimately both Ozzy and his co-writer Jim Vallance said wasn't as good as the demo in the first place. So
Wow.
yeah,
Well,
I could find one of those if you insist, but
let's
otherwise,
see what else we got here. Let's see.
uh, oh, here's one that you'll know.
Well, if I could walk
Eddie.
on
Yeah, as mentioned by yourself at the top of the show, Eddie Money from 1988, only his second ever and final ever top 10 single.
After Take Me Home Tonight with Ronnie Spector. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he had a lot of hits, but he had a lot of number 11.
Right.
Uh, and finally, for your remaining option, this is another very tenuous link. Do you know what that is from that very quick intro?
I don't. I can place it, but I think I can place it more off a sample than I can off the song. Oh, no, wait a minute.
Okay.
It's I keep forgetting Michael McDonald.
Yeah, there you are.
See, with my little brains,
And
just finally like, no, Shawn, you got it.
yeah, and from that, I'm sure you recognize the link instantly. I'll
Instantly.
just say the artist's name again. Michael McDonald.
Got to help me out, JSB.
Well, he is there to represent M and M.
Wow. Um, I don't know this Eminem song. We have two, I would say, chilled out songs to an extent. Uh, I guess. I mean, I'd choose the Eddie because I like that song, but I want to choose something I don't know, so I don't have the bias.
You're a braver man than me. So
So
it's
I
Ozzy Osbourne
guess I guess we'll go with Eminem. What is this off of? What
then.
album?
This is well, you're saying that we've had two chilled out songs. This would not particularly break that from what I've read. So it comes from Revival in 2017.
Okay,
And
yeah.
this is Eminem featuring Beyonce, no less.
Oh well, yeah. Beyonce, very talented artist. Not one of my favorites on a personal level,
And
but that's a whole nother story
just
for a whole nother video.
just before you settle on it, I'll let you know what Pitchfork described the song as a joyless trudge of a power ballad that pairs a softly crooned hook with fuming, escalating verses of rage spittle. Um, whereas Vulture's reviewer simply said that it isn't a great song. It was a pretty big hit worldwide, so take
I say let's
that for
go
what you
for it.
will.
If it's supposed to be bad, let's do it. Let's introduce it.
All right.
You're telling me You're telling me Neil's probably not going to be threatened by this, is what I'm getting out of this. But let's,
Well, who knows? I mean, we go into these things with open ears, as always,
of
and
course.
obviously, if we like it, we'll say we do, and if we don't, then we'll say that too. Right. Let's brace ourselves for this. Yeah, Eminem featuring Beyonce, and this one's 5 minutes long, so strap in.
I walk on water.
As I got a mic, I'm godlike, so me and you are not alike, bitch. I wrote Stan.
All right. Well, that's over. Hooray!
Yeah, let me just give a quick thing here. I don't want the viewers to have to be pained by this song any more than they already have. First of all, my apologies to the viewers. My apologies to Eddie, the late great Eddie Money and his estate for choosing this. We got 1 minute into this thing, and I was like, damn, this was a horrific idea. M sounds horrible. He has no flow. Beyonce didn't really have to do much. It's there's not much. She just had to record, 7, 8 words there. M's done this a lot over the years of the retrospective, like, the pain and angst. I get it. He's been to therapy, love it. It's great. But I listened to a ton of Eminem in the early 2000s and mid 2000s, and he's one of the most talented hip hop artists of all time. He's absolutely fantastic, great writer. And then he kind of just fell off a cliff, and it's well known, but he's still incredibly popular with JSB. He's usually in the top 10 Spotify artists in the world in the year-end rankings, which is insane to me. But that was a horrific choice. So unless you got some words of wisdom, let's move on.
Yeah, I have nothing much to say on that other than yeah, I'm not being swayed to do a deeper dive into hip hop in
Wow.
general or Eminem in particular after that, or Beyonce for that matter. And that was Rick Rubin produced, by the way.
Yeah, Rick did a lot of his stuff later on. Yeah. Okay. No matter what I choose next, it's going to be better. I'm going to guarantee that.
Don't worry, your choices are over and done with. You don't have to
Oh, that's
be
right.
responsible for any more terribleness. It's purely down to me now. And I mean, I don't know either of my last two options. So let's hope I choose wisely. So on that note, what are those, and what am I using to represent them in my little list here? Right.
It's a god-awful small affair.
We all know that intro, don't we? Do we?
We do. We do.
Yeah, Mr. Bowie, Life on Mars, and he represents, of course, 30 Seconds to Mars. Yeah, which, are not a band I've ever listened to a single thing by. But
I have. I know a couple of their songs, so
okay.
we'll see.
Well, unlike the Eminem tune, this one has a lot of critical praise. Billboard called it a song with an anthemic chorus and heart-stirring propulsive rhythm. Rolling Stone said it's a sweeping song, noticing marching drums and booming synths. Enemy called it a rousing call to arms. And Kerrang called the song a pretty powerful offering and praised its lyrics, noting that they call for people to come together rather than building walls. Now, this is, of course, from 2017 and a certain president's first campaign and election. So that's the kind of context that we're talking about there. So that all sounds potentially interesting.
Well, and I will also jump in. Their lead singer is an actor such as yourself, Jared Leto. So maybe that's going to be something.
Well, on that basis, I'd say he's an actor very unlike myself in terms of both approach and indeed success.
And I would say, I'm glad to say he's a human being, unlike yourself too, but that's another story.
Yeah. So the final representation of a song that I don't own is this one. Will you recognize this?
I do not.
Okay, that was 1990 power ballad "High Enough" by Damn Yankees.
Oh yeah, I know that song very well. I just couldn't pick it out from that because that was a conglomeration of Night Ranger, a couple guys from Night Ranger, maybe Tommy Shaw, something like that. It's coming back to me.
Yeah, exactly. It was Jack Blades, the Night Ranger, Tommy Shaw from Styx, Ted Nugent, and
I forgot about Nugent being
the drummer from Nobody in Particular. So what they're representing is "Walk on Water" by Aerosmith.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is Walk on Water by Aerosmith was co-written by Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, but also Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades,
Okay.
which is intriguing to me because I like a lot, well, certainly what I like a lot Tommy Shaw. I'm not really much of a Night Ranger fan. I do like the Damn Yankees. Whereas I have never in my life encountered a single thing by Aerosmith that I could stomach. So,
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that.
so I think on balance, um, we'll see what Jared Leto and co
Yeah,
have to
that's a
offer
great
us.
choice.
So yeah, this is from 2017. It's topped both the UK rock and metal charts and the Billboard Rock and Alternative Airplay charts. Um, real singles charts that didn't do much, 87 in the UK, and it bubbled under at 106 on Billboard. But the album itself, and the album actually came out almost a full year after this first single, but it went straight into number 2 and is their highest charting album to date. So yeah, on that basis, let's have a listen and see if it is going to make our choice for a winner anything other than a foregone conclusion. Here we go. Right, that's our fourth and final offering of the day. What did you make of that one?
It was fine. It's weird. The song I know of theirs is "The Kill" from 2005. Like it's a much different sound. Like they're very rocking. This is very produced. It's not bad. It's fine. It's like most music of the last 15 years. The longer it plays, the more it sticks in your head because of the way it's produced and mixed and that repeating. It's fine. I mean, it's miles ahead of Beyonce and M, but I mean that's not saying much. But it was fine. What do you think?
Yeah, well, given they're from, I think the same year actually, it's kind of night and day for me. I mean, again, it's not something that's going to make me rush out and listen to this whole album, but I do
Right.
think I prefer Jared as a vocalist to anything I've seen him act in. Um, but yeah, maybe that's not saying much either, to be fair. Um, yeah, I mean, this is the kind of song that would grow on me if I heard it in any.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can't. Why would I hear this again? I don't know. But I wouldn't mind if I did. Unlike
Right.
the
Yeah, I
previous
agree with
track.
that. It's a good statement. Yeah.
So yeah, that is really all we can say on that. I can see why it got decent reviews at the time, but yeah, it's not really my wheelhouse. But I have a feeling I probably still would have enjoyed it more than anything that Aerosmith had to offer. So I'm happy with
Oh, I
that
agree
choice.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
And that brings us neatly to uh, what seems like a fairly straightforward procedure on this particular group of tunes to decide which of the 4 songs we heard is going to be today's Walk on Water winner, which is going to walk away with the title for you.
Well, I don't think there's any drama in this. We're going to go, I'll even rank them for you. We'll go Neil, Mark, 30 seconds. And so, yeah, Neil Diamond. I mean, so I want the viewers to remember as we're almost done that yes, I brought you Eminem, but I also brought you Neil Diamond. And we need to rewind to that. And so maybe I can get in your good graces again.
Yeah, absolutely. My winner, also Neil Diamond, and yeah, the order that you gave for the ranking of the 4, I'll go with that.
Not difficult.
Again,
That wasn't a difficult one to figure out.
I mean, the difference here is, of course, for you, you're hearing all of these for the first time, whereas those
Yes.
first 2 tracks, I've got familiarity bias on those. So it's nice to know that even with that, uh, it fits in with what you said. So hooray for that. But everybody else has an opinion as well. So let us know in the comments which is your favorite. And if it is Eminem featuring Beyonce, that is fine. You're allowed to
Sure.
disagree with us. We're just 2 guys. So, Um, but there's also an option here for us to say which of the songs was robbed today.
Yeah.
Which should we have played that we didn't, or maybe there was one in the 4 that we played. I don't think there was. In fact, there wasn't, but there could have been one that was played that didn't win, but was an also ran. So, do you have one that we didn't hear that should have got the nod from one of us, i.e., you?
I mean, I didn't know any of these songs except for Eddie. I mean, Eddie would have ranked high for me. Eddie would have been second because it's the only song I knew, but I like that song better than the rest. But it wouldn't have been one. It wouldn't have beaten Neil. So you did a great job.
Yeah. Similar. I do like the Eddie Money track a lot, but he wouldn't have beat Neil for me. So I'm pretty happy with what we got. And I apologize to the metal fans that we didn't give Ozzy or Dio a go today. But
True. Yeah.
it's sometimes, I mean, on a different day, the songs would have come up in a completely different order, and who knows what would have happened. But we could only do what was presented with us today, so to speak. And it might not have been the most satisfying bunch of songs in the end, but I hope it was an enjoyable and interesting and educational experience nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Excellent. I'm pleased to hear that. Yeah, so rank those 4 songs in the order that you like them down below. Let us know of any songs that we missed entirely, not just the ones that were on the list to start with. And anything else you want to say, that's what comment sections are for. Anything you want to say, Shawn, to wrap us up, or are you good?
I'm good, man. No, it's a good time, man. Appreciate everybody watching.
Well, thanks for joining me again, and thanks to everyone for watching out there. And it's simply bye for now. But I hope not for long.
It's the end, but the moment has been prepared for.